chasing dreams. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie beauty, fat flex, but she shapes to be. Freezing, don't care, facing the screen. Ruling girl world like it's her scene. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie beauty, fat flex, but she shapes to be. Freezing, don't care, facing the screen. Ruling girl world like it's her scene. Just breezing today, ain't no one can catch. Calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean in the murky depths of life stream. She tears down the walls with the wit so raw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. Just breezing today, ain't no one can catch. Calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean in the murky depths of life stream. She tears down the walls with a wit so raw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. She tears down the walls with a wit so raw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw, leaving haters burned, exiled. Living each moment without a damn care. Streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign. Feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care. Streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign. Feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care. Streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign. Feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch. Calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That woman with the smirk so mean in the murky depths of live stream.
Oh, wait, hold on. It might start over really fast, but I'm going to stop it. Wait, don't wait. Oh, I hit it just in time. Okay, good morning, you guys. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. So, a quick summary. Foodie Beauty went live yesterday, sometime around 3 or after. Um, it was incredibly boring. However, they were talking about yeast infections and thrush. So yay, good times ahead. I have some Foodie Beauty gossip, a whole lot of Amberlynn Reed gossip. There's something going on there. Something going on with Emily. She's privacy striking, taking down her Instagram, asking people to private videos that she was once part of. She withdrew consent to use her voice. I heard that people are saying that she's being investigated by the nursing board. So she's trying to scrub evidence. So, anyways, we're gonna show clips from other people. And yeah, let me say hi to you guys really fast. Good morning, Ruby. Hello, Naughty Box. Hello, Cryptomaria. Good to see you. Mrs. C, Free the People. Lily, Nicole. Hello, gorgeous. Libra, how was your birthday? I hope you had a very happy birthday. Naughty Box, if I didn't say hi to you, I said it in my head. Lori, Sniper. Sniper, I'm so happy you joined Discord. Hello, Pink Stars. Hello, hello. All right, Lily, so the Coffee is Bay person was the one that told on me, but then they can be in Girl World chats. Just seems two-faced to me. Just please be careful. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Tracy can hang out in everybody's chat, obsess over reaction channels, boobs, but that's fine. But Nicole and Lily can't find other places to also hang out. It's a bit odd to me. Good morning, Rainbow. Tammy reported Emily to the nursing board, Kelly said. I mean, I'm not one to like ever want to fuck with anybody's income, but you have to wonder. Um, you just have to wonder, okay? The internet's forever, and what I do know is somebody already re-uploaded Rachel's video that she took down. I think it's a channel just titled Girl. I retweeted something about it. All right, let me stop yapping and I will share my screen and we're going to talk all things Foodie Beauty and Justin Feeder, I guess. That's what I heard too, Kelly. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she's an amazing nurse, and if she is, then she has nothing to worry about, right? I heard that she has been sending gifts and money and food to this other woman who's on Twitter, and I think she might actually have a channel. I don't know how the hell to say her name. I think it's XOI or XIO. It's something like that. If you guys know who I'm talking about, please let me know because I can't remember exactly how to say the name, and I'm really not going to try. Am I sharing my YouTube and not Twitter? Oh, I am. Well, we can watch Soft White Underbelly, Dave Matthews Band Goo Goo Dolls, or Ozzy Coming Home documentary. I really wish we could. Let me share my Twitter. That's what I meant to share. Hold on, you guys. I am streaming from my mother's laptop again, and I'm a bit thrown off because I got used to mine. Okay, hold on. Can you guys see it now? Hopefully. Now let me make it a little bit bigger for you. Oh no. Oh no. Well, hold on, you guys. You know, I thought it was going to be so much easier on this, but now I can't fix the screen. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to go out and go back in. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Sorry, for some reason the whole tab went away and there was no way to make it bigger for you guys. So it was almost one of those things where it was just going to be small, but then that's not fair because some people have problems seeing small things. So I fixed it. I don't know how well I fixed it, but I fixed it. Hold on, you guys. Hopefully that's okay. Maybe that. Will that work, you guys? Press one if that's okay. Because it just looks small to me, so I don't know if it looks bigger to you. Hopefully. So I know yesterday there was some confusion. Hi, Lori. Lori said, hold on. That's old news. She was doing that about 6 months ago. Interesting. That means the naughty box has blocked us. I wonder why. Naughty, do you happen, like, I'm not trying to start anything. Do you happen to have Nicole blocked? Do you? Hey, Jamie. Have a good one, everybody. I can't keep my eyes open. It's okay, Lily. I hope you have a good nap. Hello, Leah. All right. So Alex Ishuk said, I took down my post. So yesterday I was very confused because there was a tweet and a clip I was going to show you, but when I went to cover it, it was deleted. So Alex said he took it down because Emily contacted him and said she didn't submit the privacy claim, even though the claim timestamps were photos of her. At this point, I don't know what to believe. So we're going to go in this comment section. Goro World Pod said reputation management firms can file privacy claims on behalf of their client. If she contracted with one, then she'd be able to say, I didn't submit it. A distinction without a difference. Savage said, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Amber trying to do damage control. She watches you and knows what she's doing with all that. Oh, silly, it's Lily said, that's the problem with known liars. Honestly, it's refreshing to read your post and thoughtful response to the situation. The girls could never, they only know how to react. Stay sassy and classy. Ooh, I liked that. Huge ass said, if she is lying, that's on her. Your post reached a lot of people. It did its job. I wouldn't believe if either of them told me water was wet. Same. I wouldn't believe them if they told me the sky was blue. I'd have to go outside and check. Density said, now you know she's a lying liar who lies with this latest shit she pulled. She's a 1,000,000% privacy claimed you. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If people are looking into her, she doesn't want people talking about her, right? Free the People said it was Amber. It was always Amber. That should be on a shirt. It was Amber. It was always Amber. Hey, Ricky. Ricky Bobby. Good morning. Pocahontas. Thank you, Nicole said. Um, Breezy, 4 years ago, Carter Buford, drummer for Dave Matthews Band, did a percussion clinic at the music department. What a percussionist. That whole band is so talented. Everything, every musician in the band, I just love them. I love them. My favorite person aside from Dave, okay, my favorite person is no longer in the band, but he played the violin. And boy, did he play it well. And I really hope he gets his shit together so he can join the band again. Hello, by the way, good morning. YouTube changed your name and it's throwing me off. Greg, it's you. Hi, Greg. Hey, Rama, do you have Venmo I can donate to? I do have a Venmo. Can one of the mods please share it? So just so you know, we're raising money for a PC. Foodie's going to be back in Canada, and I want to snipe. I know when she's back in Canada, it is going to be more interesting. And my Dell Inspiron does not like to snipe Foodie Beauty. It's not fast enough. It doesn't hold the weight, I guess. It just overheats. So we do have a goal where, and I'm going to show obviously receipts for everything. I'm not going to pull a Foodie. We will be transparent about where every cent and dime goes to. I give you my word. Jamie, glad I saw you. I just set my alarm. Hello, girl. I got no issue with you. Maybe it was an accident, Nicole. Maybe it was an accident. Sometimes that happens. Naughty Box seems cool and like they get along with everyone. So I'm glad you guys are okay. Fondu said, quoting Foodie Beauty, I'm hoping I'm not getting sick. Color me fucking shocked, you scamming ass cunt. So what I do know is yesterday when I was screen recording her, she thinks she has an ear infection. She was coughing, she isn't feeling good. And it felt like she was preparing us for her sickness and why she's going to cancel going back to Canada. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. So let me go. Hold on. There's an original clip. Oh, I think because I edited it, it put it out of order, but that's okay. Hold on. So Foodie went live. Like I said, it was around 3 or 3 something. She isn't feeling doing content while she's still in Syria. She's talking about a documentary, The Perfect Neighbor, and it sounds like she's almost siding with the insane neighbor that murdered a mother. So, really fast, if you don't know what this documentary is about, here's a quick summary, right? There was a 35-year-old woman who was killed by her neighbor. It happened in Florida. Uh, Susan was 58 and she killed Owens. So, Owens was black and Susan was white, right? Um, this Karen basically is what she was terrorizing the neighborhood, being mean to the children who were playing on property that wasn't hers. And she came to the door to confront her neighbor, the mother did, and the neighbor shot through the door and murdered her. So it sounded to me like Foodie was siding with the neighbor. Let me give you a little part of information too that I don't want to forget to say. The neighbor was researching prior about stand your ground laws and when it's okay to use deadly force. So it would appear that she had been thinking of doing this, right? Like, and this documentary will make you think and use your brain. And then there's Foodie, who sides with a neighbor saying, well, you know how kids could be. Fuck that. So it's a 6 minute long clip, but I am going to speed it up a little bit. Um, and we're going to go full screen. She pisses me the fuck off. People were saying that Foodie is that Karen neighbor. Like she would do that probably.
Oh no, Camby, I hope you feel better. Hey, Mike. Teresa puts in Queen. Yeah.
Joe said you can't shoot through a door, period. I mean, she didn't have to answer the door, right? And if you're truly afraid, I mean, my first response would be 911, but that's just me.
My goodness. I watched like season 1 and 3 of Ozark, but I decided since I had nothing else to watch, I decided, I know it's great. Hey, Lunar. Hey, Andre Marie, Mike.
I can't remember how to pronounce her first name. So I'll say it, but if I say the name wrong, I'm so sorry. I believe it's Ajay. I'm probably saying that wrong. Owens. So I was just doing the respectful thing and just saying Owens.
Um, yeah, I've had a migraine like a couple times in my life, can be. I know they're so awful. They make me throw up and everything. And I just have to lay in the dark in like fetal position as much as I can in my ball shape. But anyway, I binge.
I was paying attention to something else during this part, and I didn't realize this was popped up till like a minute later. So I'm sorry in advance.
I'm binge watching season 4. I don't know if they make lemon
Oh my
Z.
gosh, Ricky.
Thanks, YouTube lover. I'm binge watching season 4 of Ozark. It's so good. Like I can't stop watching. Hey, Digan. Lemon Z is a sativa strain. Ooh, Lindsay. Nice. I would love to give out candy.
So I stand by my first response is 911 because if it's me and my child in there, I don't have seconds to fuck around if I'm truly in fear, right? And I want to make sure that there's a fighting chance for somebody to get to the door and get my daughter, even if I'm a goner, right? So my first response is 911 as I'm going to Breezy Jr. Vicky!
I don't know, Nastun. I don't want to say which day. Yes, strawberries. I watched Perfect Neighbor tonight. You live in the Ozarks? What is Ozarks? Missouri only, or I know it's like the Bible Belt, but what states is that?
Sue said that is not standing your ground. In my state, you can only shoot in your home if you're in imminent danger and your life is threatened. I'm a gun owner. I would never use my guns unless I had to. Crypto said people are idiots on the bus. It's fascinating some days commuting. It is.
Begin swimming across the Atlantic. Perfect Neighbor. What do you guys think about that? Garlic butter. Does it taste garlicky? Oh. Arkansas, Missouri, and Arkansas? Oh.
Sniper! She is
I
annoying.
really think it's such a good show. Now, when I watched The Perfect Neighbor, I was so confused because a minimalist lifestyle? Mike, yeah, I will be by default. No.
Herb said, and if she can't fly with an ear infection, wrong, I did with my doctor permission a flight from Montreal to LA and then Australia. Wow.
Okay. When I watched it, I didn't realize like the laws of Florida. I didn't realize that they have like a stand your ground law. So I was like, why are they letting this woman go? Like she shot somebody. So I was like, what the hell? I'm not
Why do you sound so excited about this? Because a mother died?
feeling doing content lately, lurking here. I think it's just the internet issues are just weighing me down. And like if I want to do a vlog, I mean, I have to kind of upload it overnight and it's a pain in the ass. And
Wait, is today her payday? I think Canada gets paid a few days after the US, and today's our payday. I could be wrong about that. She didn't stand her ground, Foodie. She was murdered.
I pop up doing a live in Canada. So seeing Fry was so heart-wrenching.
She must be incredibly
Like it really brings to light like how much of a problem having neighbors can be. Like you're kind of screwed. Like if you invest in a house, let's say you buy a house. Oh, is it buffering?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes,
House
Ricky.
and
Even uploading a video is too much work. All she has to do is wait. That's the hardest part because sometimes things can upload in the snap of a finger, and sometimes it can take all day and night. That's the hardest part, but it's too much work for her.
you don't realize your neighbors are shit until after. You're stuck with this and it can be dangerous, obviously, if, you know.
That's what you got from this? I think of all the times the police had been out before, right? That's where my brain goes. Not, oh, just think if you get stuck with some really shitty neighbors.
I wonder like
Maybe the military can have space on a cargo plane.
yeah, anyway, really messed up. Like, I don't know, the whole stand your ground thing.
And what about the stereotype that Black women are just angry and aggressive and this, that? So this white woman was in fear, even though there was a door between them and she didn't have to fucking open the door. What about all that? But Foodie gets, oh, it really sucks, you know? You can't choose your neighbors.
Is honestly, I would know like what happened. I think that the old woman was like, for example, like I don't side with her like being racist towards them and actually shooting somebody, but like if like kids are annoying as hell, okay? I like if they're screaming and antagonizing you and coming on your lawn and at the same
You still don't have a right to murder their mother.
time kids are going to be kids, but like I would want to see like what actually happened, like because like the whole stand your ground thing, what would you guys do like if somebody was like pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding to
I'd find a knife in my kitchen and I'd call 911.
kill you? Would you panic
But I wouldn't use it unless somebody came in and threatened my child or me.
and like knowing that's the law?
Seriously, thank you. I'm going to have to drop
They
if
were
this is a
like
gun thing.
saying no, like you were just looking for a
It's okay,
reason
Jamie.
to do this, using that as an excuse, the stand your ground thing.
Jamie, I understand, and sometimes things are more triggering to some of us, right? If anything is too much, like come back in 10 minutes and we'll be off this topic. I just needed you guys to see that something is not right with Chantel, right? I mean, out of everything, like that's, oh, yeah, kids can be really obnoxious going on your property. It just, she's not well, she's not right.
They have ugly
Good,
fake
good luck to you, Canada.
plastic deer, Andre Marie. Yeah, I know, YouTube lover. I mean, yeah. Hey, Beanie. Thanks, Anonymous. Depends on where you live. The perfect neighbor thing. I bought.
Vicky said, is she serious? Kids screaming in the neighborhood is an excuse for murder, according to Chantel.
I've bought new build houses 3 times. 2 times was great. One time I had an awful neighbor on both sides. Yeah, it's like, ugh. It's scary. Yeah, it's pretty horrific, I gotta say.
Yeah, you sound absolutely broken up over it.
I don't know. To me, she just seemed like a psychotic Karen. And it was like kind of funny. Like the kids were like calling her the Karen. One neighbor attacked my 8-year-old son. Oh my.
The spooky stoner said the police didn't do anything to help. They could have prevented it. I mean, even in the documentary, there's footage of how many times the police had been out there.
God. Crazy people.
Here for fun, hey.
That's the one
Hey.
we're talking about, Nina. Yeah, the kids can really get on your nerves for sure. I didn't find that the documentary really like made it very clear who was like, you don't really see, it's just like hearsay when the cops come up, when the cops come, because it's like cop camera, right? So you don't see the fighting, you don't see if she actually shot the rollerblade, you don't see if the woman who was banging on the door threatened to kill her, you don't see any of that. The police didn't do anything to help. Yeah, if you are getting that many calls from somebody like,
Hey, Lydia.
and there's like escalation, you should probably pay more attention to that. Hey, cutie beauty.
I feel like so many things could have happened differently. Anyways, I needed you guys to hear just how disgusting she is, right? Like, we don't have to see everything to know who's in the wrong, right? Anyways, let's keep going. She says Salah probably won't miss her cooking, and there's too many cultural differences. Tracy is being annoying as usual. Yeah, after that whole 8 minutes of Chantel annoying the fuck out of me, I was really paying attention to Tracy and her like, Chantel, read my comment. It's like, not now, Tracy. Not now. She does hate children. That's what this comes down to. And it's like there's people on this earth who choose not to have children, right? Like for many reasons, whether they want to go to school first, maybe they don't want to bring children into such a scary world for whatever reason, right? But even if you don't have kids, you cannot wish harm on them. You cannot look at them and think, "Oh, little demons." Like, there's something really wrong with somebody who hates children. They're so innocent. It's like people who hate animals. How can you hate a dog? How? How? Children and animals, innocent beings. I don't understand people. I want to point out how not that long ago, maybe it was 3 days ago, Foodie Beauty was trying to tell us how much Salah loves her breakfast and that he wakes up and says, "So you gonna make breakfast?" And then he came out and she said, "Oh, you love my breakfast, don't you? You ask me every morning." And he's like, "Rarely I ask you for breakfast, rarely." Anyways, she's finally come to terms with the fact that he hates her cooking. It only took how many years? And he prefers to eat out, which is very telling. I feel like most men prefer to eat at home, right?
I will pulse chewable vitamin C every hour. The Lions, Buccaneat, the Buccaneeks, Buccaneers. I don't know.
Jo said she loves children. Medium rare with barbecue sauce. Oh my gosh. To be fair, I'd be annoyed too if I was called a Karen over and over again.
I ate way too many sunflower seeds. There was a club closed down.
Leah said, to be fair, I'd be annoyed too if I was called a Karen over and over again. It's a derogatory term towards white women and should be categorized as hate speech. But does that term warrant death? While it could be annoying, I'm
Couple
sure
years
it's
ago because
annoying.
of 14. Oh gosh. I can't even stand that.
Forgot the pickles.
Have you? Is he going to miss your cooking? You know what? Probably not. Because he has other, plenty of aunties and cousins and all kinds of women that would probably cook better than me.
He probably can eat their food without worrying he's gonna get the shits after. So there's that.
If things could change between you and Salah, would you consider staying? No, I don't want to live here. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way towards Syria. It's not, I just can't live here. That's all. And we don't want to be like, there's too many cultural differences. There's a huge conflict.
Rama, I need to tell you that Tracy doesn't speak for a majority of us, okay? There's a lot of Trump supporters who aren't racist, who aren't like Tracy. So you can have your feelings and stuff like that, but please don't lump us all into one.
Um, I need to be alone and at peace and just focus on myself and my peaceful era. Oh, okay, Tracy.
Tone! Kelly said his aunts tried to teach her to cook, and even they gave up. Even they gave up.
Ah, no. I'm not going to hold her to that. That's a lot. That's an expensive. Tracy, where's your comment?
It means us, meaning I voted for Donald Trump. Rama, I did. After voting for Biden. Let that sink in.
I didn't see your comment, Tracy. It got withheld.
Tracy was just saying, look at me, basically. I don't even think it was anything interesting. If the kids don't get put in therapy and surrounded by a supportive family, they are going to have a very hard life. I agree with that, Leah. Fondue spiteful bitch. Hold on, let me see if there was any comment replies to this. I forgot to look. I did. Mrs. C said, well, she's only cooked a few meals the whole 3 years she's been around him. Kind of hard to miss something she doesn't do. That's true. Foopalicious said she is giving herself too much credit. As always, he never liked her cooking. He eats human food. He's never liked eating with her. He's never liked eating what she's made. In fact, there was a few times she made him go out to eat with her, and he just looked absolutely disgusted. I voted for Trump twice too. Awesome, Mrs. C. I voted for Trump 3 times, me the people said. Our choice was Trump or a scumbag, loser, piece of shit, idiot. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying Trump is a perfect person, but I mean, he gets shit done. He does. I'll say that. He gets shit done. Okay, so Slaw won't miss her cooking. We already talked about that. Uh, Fondue Spiteful Bitch said, "There's no rush to get a divorce," quoting Foodie Beauty. Yeah, because y'all aren't gonna get divorced. I see you, bitch. Yeah, I believe more and more she still thinks that she's gonna somehow get him to Canada. That's why the other day when when somebody asked her if she had packed yet, she kept referring, "Oh, we've packed," or "We started packing." Da da da. "Oh yeah, when we do this." So who's we? The mouse in your pocket? It doesn't fit. Nothing but love said she thinks we're all stupid like her VI idiots. Dr. Ray said you had to be married first before you can get divorced. That is true. Krabby Sign said, "Exactly what if all this moving talk and Scooter is a new home location in Syria and she's just going to take a vacation while Salah fixes another abandoned dwelling for her?" She said the other day that people use scooters there for transportation. I mean, I see that a lot in LA. A lot of people scooter, or they have those e-bikes, or they skateboard. It's very cute. Every day I see this guy skateboarding down the street with like his little 4-year-old, and she has a little pink skateboard. Anyways, it's very common for people to use their feet or use things to be out and about. It just is. However, I don't think Foodie is going to scooter for very long. I think it'll happen twice. Yep, your vote is your personal choice. I'm not judging. I voted for him too. MH said, "Can you imagine Harris as president? We dodged a bullet." I will agree with that 100%. I will. And again, I am one of those people, like, if you vote a certain side, it's not like I go, "Oh, you can't be in here. I can't talk to you." I have a very open mind. However, I don't know. I'll just say this flat out before we move on. I grew up a certain way, right? I grew up in a very religious, conservative household. I did. That's how I was raised. And then I feel like when I became an adult and I got a little bit of freedom and I don't know, I experienced things firsthand for myself. I'll say that. I experienced having a roof over my head and choosing to be homeless. I experienced all the things that people say don't happen, right? Because I was one of those people. I was an addict, alcoholic. Anyways, I experienced real life, and then I got sober, and I would see things on Twitter or Facebook, and I would believe things at first, right? I would believe that so and so was a racist. I would believe XYZ about this. And then I remember doing my own research after a while. I got tired of being offended. I felt like the goalpost was always being moved. Okay, today we have to be all upset about this, and anybody who says otherwise, death be upon them. And then the next day we're going to be upset about this, and anybody who doesn't jump in line, they all want to see you dead. And it was just like every day it was something new to be upset about. And I just don't have that in me. I can't constantly be offended. Anyways, I started doing my own research, and then I realized that people weren't insane and not everybody's racist. I even did my own research on Donald Trump. Yes, I did. Anyways, and then I woke up and I started voting the right way. That is what I will say. Okay. Um, just because you're Republican, it doesn't mean that you're a gun-toting racist. And we all just drink Bud Light in front of our trailers. I mean, it just doesn't mean these things, right? And I'm sick of people saying that. I feel like the true meaning of racist, like, do you know how many times I've had to hear Charlie Kirk is a racist? Do you know what real racism is? Charlie Kirk wouldn't be paying for people to travel and visit the White House. He wouldn't be doing so much for people to go to college and experience certain things. Like, racism is you can't sit with me. I don't want you in this establishment. I hate the color of your skin, so I'm not going to help you move ahead in life. That is racism. Anyways, I'm saying all this to say I have a very open mind. I still think Bernie Sanders is adorable, and my dad hates it every time I say that. I still stand by I would smoke weed on a big grassy hill with him while admiring the sunflowers. But people that I would choose to smoke weed with shouldn't be running our country. And yeah, I mean, shit's finally getting done. I feel like if you vote a certain way, it means you want everybody out of this country. No, I just want people to be here legally and not commit crimes, horrible crimes, and hide out. That's what I want. I mean, my stepdad's family came here right off a boat. And you know what they did? They became citizens and they learned English. So I'm sorry, like when people tell me, "Oh, it's so hard, it's this and that," it's like, but I've seen a whole generation of people do it, and I'll be telling my kids, and they'll be telling their kids of how they did it, you know? All right, my rant is over. Can we go back to Foodie Beauty? Can we go back to Foodie Beauty? Bernie gave his votes to Hillary. I just think he's adorable, okay? I liked the meme that was going around with his big bulky sweater and the scarf, and I liked it, okay? I'm not saying I'm completely normal. I'm not. But I'm also one of those people that believe in global warming, whatever. I'm saying it wrong. But I also believe in that. Like, I do believe the shit that we are doing is killing the earth. Do you see how I can be one of many things, right? I don't know. I looked, I took down Willie and Snoop. Love you, Breezy. Well said. Thank you, Sniper. Didn't we agree no politics? We can agree to that, but it's just, I don't know. It's not really realistic. It's not. Um, we could say that every day, but I feel like it's no politics if you are Republican or right leaning. It's only politics if you're liberal. And I'll just flat out say that. So if people come in here and they're going on and on about Trump, yeah, you can have your opinion. Not everybody has to like him, right? But I'm also not going to sit by and let somebody talk shit about my president. So, anyways, everybody can choose if they'd like to continue to subscribe now. I'm not really changing who I am to make anybody else comfortable. I am who I am, and I stand by everything I say and everything I believe. So, anyways, it's just not realistic. I try to avoid it sometimes, but it's just not doable. Okay, it's just not. Anyways, let me go back to the chat. It's Breezy's channel. Thank you, Lily. No politics. I'm not even American, Naughty Box said. Love you, Ruby. I'm not crying, holy shit. Don't tell me you're crying. It didn't used to take a decade to legally get in. Yeah, I know it's expensive and I know it takes time, but somebody I was with, I watched his mom go through the process and become a citizen. And it was one of the proudest moments, I think, of her life. Like, why not do it if you can? Why not be able to say you're a citizen? Like, if I move somebody else or somewhere else, I wouldn't just hide out and hope I never got caught, right? I'd want to stay, so I would do things the right way. And I know money can be a factor, but it all comes down to priorities, right? Like, you just stop going out until you can afford to take your test. You stop cigarettes, whatever you have to. It's just a matter of priorities. I know for me, I have a big goal I'm aiming to, so things are going to slow down. No more Walmart pajama bottoms for me. No more Ross shopping trips, you know? All right, let's get back to Foodie though. Don Jr. Oh, okay. It's alienating to individuals in the chat. I would suggest you reconsider espousing your political beliefs so blatantly, especially to people who may be suffering at this point in time. But why should I have to? I have to hear about everybody else's political beliefs in this community everywhere you go. So you just have an issue. How do you think about me or Free the People in this chat or Nicole or Mrs. C? How about when we go somewhere else and we have to hear about how Donald Trump is XYZ and if we voted for him, we must be racist? Like, how about us? Does anybody think about that? No. So, I'm not trying to say nobody's welcome or you're not welcome if you voted this way. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is. Just don't be disrespectful. I wouldn't be flat out disrespectful to you. I still don't think I am. I'm just sick of the like, please don't talk about politics if you vote a certain way, but everything else is okay. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. The hypocrisy, maybe? Exactly, Breezy. They're just going to bully. That's it. And why should we have to be bullied? Why? So if you voted for Trump, just know that you're always welcome here. And you don't have to be ashamed, okay? So Foodie just found out Sansa went to Canada for a Nashi. Her chat tells her about J-Bay getting arrested and complaining about an earache. I still haven't watched that J-Bay arrest record or video. I don't really know who she is other than doesn't she go around complaining about people who have to buy 2 seats or something? I don't know. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
Dragonfly!
But like, I don't know. It's just
Aaron!
weird situation.
Nice. Moth.
I could see why she was like let go, because posting somebody like a customer nude online, like regardless, is not
I have no idea what she's talking about here. Who did that?
No, not even through a VPN. Nope. Really, strawberries? Oh my god. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, Leah.
You guys all should try Nashies, man.
I will never try a Nashi. I will die not having a Nashi. That's going to be two things that I'll get to say on my deathbed, that I died sober and I died without trying a Nashi, and I will be so proud of myself.
No.
Yeah, what was she arrested for? Can somebody fill me in? And then it'll probably make me want to go watch it, I promise. Can I tell you how petty I am, though? I temporarily unsubscribed from Rachel, and I still don't have anything against her. But I don't know. I don't. Why is she protecting Emily? But maybe she's a smarter business person than I am, and she doesn't want to burn a bridge, and she wants to leave a door open. So if Emily wants to come expose Amberlynn again, that there's that opportunity still. I would just burn that bridge. I would light that shit up like the 4th of July. She
What
trespassed from a hospital. I saw the Nashi at Burger King the other day and I said, "No, good for you, Naughty Box."
J-Bay video? Oh, she's the fat influencer, the fat positivity influencer.
Are you fat shaming J-Bay? It looks gross. I think so too. It looks like a fillet of fish to me. And no offense if you really enjoy the fillet of fish, but to me, it just doesn't look right. Okay? It just doesn't look right.
You don't think you'd like an Ashy?
Or the McRib, for example, that doesn't even look real.
J-Bay was arrested? Why? Oh my god, I have to watch that. Is she the plus size influencer? What was she arrested for? Get out of town. I used to think that, yeah, I used to like kind of be on her side about like advocating for plus size seating, but like now I don't think so. I think that seats are just fine the way they are, and that if an airline had to accommodate for every single person's unique disability or body, they can't do that.
I mean, especially when you have the option to just not keep eating the way you do and buy one seat. Me, I mean, I like to go on roller coasters when I go to amusement parks. It would be heartbreaking to me if I couldn't close the thing down to go on a roller coaster, right? That would be very eye-opening to me.
Oh my god.
Same as if I had to buy a second seat. I would contact Jenny Craig.
Okay, I gotta watch that after. I love police footage. Is Salah listening to us? He's supposedly sleeping, but my ear hurts so bad. Oh my god, if I get
Maybe he tried to go in the only hole he could get in, her ear. But even then, it wouldn't hurt her ear. I mean, we've seen that thing. I agree, Crypta. I think they weren't bad when they first came out, but now, nope. The McRib is not real. Filet of fish is real. It just doesn't look very tasty to me. I mean, maybe it's amazing. There's just certain things in life that don't look good to me, and I just know that it won't taste good in my mouth. And the McRib, filet of fish, and Nashi are three of those things. Oh, and pot roast. I've never liked the smell of it. Ever. My nose takes it in as BO. Anyways, Sansa went to Canada and I hope she's having fun. I think she went to the falls, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my God. And now she was talking about yeast infections. I don't know why I chose to eat cottage cheese before this stream. I really regret it, and we haven't even got to the stuff yet. Why do I do the things I do?
like a metal thing, it looks like like a spring or something, and it hurt my ear. Yeah, that's probably it.
They're telling her to chew gum for her ear pain. Isn't that just when you need your ear to pop? Or for me, when I need my ear to pop, I plug my nose and blow out, and that seems to do the trick.
Take a s- take a break.
Yes, I had cottage cheese and I didn't have applesauce because, okay, I got this really good applesauce, you guys. It's for kids, right? But I tried it. It's like this prehistoric go-go squeeze, and there's this one flavor, and it's absolute heaven. Anyways, the applesauce is no longer, so it was just straight small curd cottage cheese.
You don't want to miss a stream. Eat yogurt when you were on
Oh
antibiotics?
wait, I made her go
Really?
away.
Probiotics? Ugh.
How are you a woman and you don't know that?
Ugh.
If you're on antibiotics, you should get your probiotic in somehow. You can drink it. There's drinkable yogurts. You can eat some cottage cheese has probiotics in it. What are other ways?
So friggin' don't stick Timu objects.
Oh, I forgot this part. So she said she had an ear cleaner from Timu with a spring on it, and she stuck it in her ear and she heard it somehow.
You can't be serious. No, seriously, like every single time, the past few times I've taken them, yeast infection, like just as a girl problem there, TMI, but high blood sugar too can, yeah, but
I'm just picturing Chantal sitting there in her cottage cheese underwear, and I am throwing the cottage cheese out after this stream. I'm sorry. I'll never be able to eat it again. I just
I'm not,
won't.
I don't get them.
If you're a woman, by the way, and your doctor puts you on antibiotics and you don't know this, 9 out of 10 times it fucks with your system, right? So get your probiotic in. In fact, you can just stay on it if you want to. There's this thing by VH Essentials at Walmart, and it's probiotic, prebiotic, and cranberry. And you take 2 a day.
Like, I'd never used to get them. It was mostly just like anytime I've taken antibiotics, it's the worst.
I'm sorry for anybody coming in on the yeast infection talk.
Can be.
They stink too, and you know Foodie's not doing anything about it. Wasn't she just on antibiotics not that long ago?
Steak bites with the stars. And then you have to
Yeah, antibiotics kill the good and bad bacteria, so you need to kind of refeed it, right? And so probiotics and prebiotics, the prebiotics feed the probiotics, right? Anyways, it's a good thing to just be on anyways. A lot of your problems in life come from your gut. And I learned that. I went on a weird rabbit hole about how like our gut and it not being healthy can lead to anxiety and more health problems. You get sick more often. You can even feel depressed. Anyway, so I went on a whole rabbit hole of why it's good to be on probiotics and prebiotics, and I take one every single day. In fact, the VH Essentials, huge fan. It's like less than $10.
use this, like, take this pill and use this cream. It's annoying. But yeah, if you have to do
It's
it, you have to
messy.
do it.
Kimchi is so good. Plus, her gut is already messed up from how she eats. Yeah, you guys, if there's things going on, I'm telling you, if you're having trouble sleeping, if your skin has been breaking out more, do a little bit of research and see if a probiotic or prebiotic, probably both, you should do both, is right for you. Because all these problems that we have in life, oftentimes it's because our gut is so unhealthy. And you don't need to buy $80 supplements. People will tell you you need to buy these $100 ones. No, you don't. You don't. I've always kind of been confused by probiotics and prebiotics. I feel like I should be taking them. It makes a difference. I feel better. I feel like my mind is less foggy. Um, I don't know. It's made a difference to me, right? So I could just speak from experience. There was a point in time where I was having such bad anxiety. I couldn't sleep. My pain was a 10 out of 10 instead of like a 7 out of 10. And so I started looking into things to naturally help with like inflammation or blah, 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 blah. And then I went down the weird rabbit hole about my gut. And then I'm telling you, once I got these prebiotics and probiotics into my system, I sleep amazing. I do take a sleeping pill at night. I have to, or else I'd like be up thinking all night. But yeah, I sleep amazing now. My anxiety is much more manageable. I don't know, it does make a difference. Your mind feels a bit more clear. You have more energy. Eh, I mean, I also take biotin, collagen, and sea moss here and there. So I think it's like a group thing. But yeah, look into it, see if it's right for you. Um, there you go. There's my PSA of the day. If you're having problems sleeping or with your skin, whatever else, it might be your gut. Papaya is a natural enzyme. My friend had severe cystic acne. She has therapy and healed her gut, and the acne is gone. Yeah, it makes a difference. I'm telling you, so many problems we have, it starts with our gut. You'll start this rabbit hole and you'll go like way deep down into it. But please hear these words out of me. At the end of this rabbit hole, you will want to start prebiotics and probiotics, but you don't need to buy $200 ones, okay? You could buy a Spring Valley, a VH Essentials. You can get it in your yogurt, your cottage cheese. I mean, you'll find different ways and what works for you, but you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to feel better. And I think that's where things get I don't know, almost blurry because you think like too with skincare, oh, the most expensive stuff, it must mean it's really good. No, no, no. Okay. You could get skincare for $10. It just, anyways, you got to find what works for you. Everything starts in the gut. It will control how you feel and your body reacts. It's your second brain, so take care of it, everybody. Yes, and especially if you're a woman and you're younger, please hear this because if your doctor, you get put on antibiotics a lot throughout your life, and your system will never quite be the same after antibiotics. So if you stay on this probiotic and prebiotic or get it in daily somehow, you won't have to worry about taking antibiotics. I feel like as a woman, we always freak out. And when the doctor's like, oh, we're going to give you XYZ, we're like, no, because we know what's in store, right? But this way, you don't have to worry about it. So, more yeast infection, thrush, and UTI talk. I mean, this is a good time. I am so glad I went live to talk to 135 people about yeast infections and probiotics. But maybe I will help somebody not be itchy next week. So there you go.
Couple of times I've been on antibiotics. I've gotten one, and I was like, what the hell? Yeah.
Make your own yogurt. Yogurt is a great probiotic and why other countries use as a staple. Dandelion said, hi, by the way.
Sucks. Thrush. Yeah, you can get that too from, I don't know what, but yeah, sucks. But it does go away when you take the Canestin. It does work, so it pretty quickly also. Travelers arrived all the time sick. Yeah,
Do you picture the beezers just having all the infections and just being so smelly? Because that's what I picture, and I have a very disgusted look on my face.
sometimes you just can't cancel your flight. Like if you can, as long as you're not like very, very ill.
Yeah, and the cranberry in it, Ruby, helps prevent UTIs. So I'm telling you, it's like $10 a month or less, depending on, like, I find it at Walmart, right? Nicole, thank you so much. But I'm telling you, it'll make a difference. Stay on it for 30 days. And, like, I don't know, this is a live stream, so I don't want to be too graphic, but your boyfriend will thank you. Okay. I'll just say that your boyfriend will be very, very happy. Nicole, thank you for the super chat. The timer ran out on the goal, but you can put towards it. Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you, thank you. I love
The end of
you.
the month, Cal. Pretty soon. I love Canestin. Hey, Night Owl. Strawberries, you should do a commercial for them.
Oh yeah, Lily, you can use cottage cheese for tuna salad too. And it replaces the mayo, less calories, healthier, and it tastes better. I don't know why, but you have to add crunchies too, like celery or red onion. But the crunch, the cottage cheese, and the tuna, okay. It sounds horrible right now, but any other day, it's very good and way less calories.
He's planning on staying here, Beanie, but who knows?
Activia is good too.
You have broken bones, Scrape? YouTube over. UTI was bleeding with it? Oh. Yeah, oh. Yikes.
I hurt right now just thinking of a UTI. I am going to knock on all the wood. I have had a long streak without one. Thanks to that cranberry, it hurts so bad. I wouldn't wish a UTI on anybody but Chantel. Anyway, so this was what her live stream was about yesterday. UTIs, thrush, yeast infections. Her ear hurts because she stuck a Timu object in there. Slaw doesn't miss her cooking. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, let's get into some Amberlynn Reid stuff. I saw this post. I really feel bad now. I'm going to promptly go resubscribe to Rachel. Anyways, Rachel put up a post saying, "Hi, all. Emily has withdrawn consent for her voice to be used on my channel. To avoid any further issues or privacy concerns, I have privated my previous video. Many thanks for the continued support of my channel." But fuck Emily. I'm sure this is all for a reason. You're probably a very smart businesswoman and you don't want to burn a bridge, but I still say fuck the bitch. I don't know, just own who you are, Emily. You have all these kinks and fetishes. Why don't you want people talking about them? Because the nursing board is looking into you? A tiny chihuahua said, "So they are back together." I love that name. Unknown dark something, Kanglers said, "Wow, I hate them both." Same. Mrs. Voorhees said, "Oh, piss off, Emily. I am so sick of her and her stupid hairdo. I really hope we never have to hear about her again. I don't have high hopes in that, but I do have some hope." Fenris said, "This 1,000% confirms it was Emily who privacy struck Alex's shook." Lilac said, "Of course, Emily backtracks when the situation can no longer be stirred to fit her narrative. Amber and Emily really are two peas in a pod. They're perfect for each other." You know, I really didn't want to say this, but they deserve each other. They do. Someone said, "Too bad, Emily. Other reaction channels already have your voice." Yeah, I did see there's another channel. I'm going to show it to you guys in a minute. Hold on. This is probably a good indicator that you should stop interacting with Emily. While I do believe her more than Amber, Emily is still playing these games with her, and you seem to be above them both. Sorry for the silliness. Your video was well made and had some integrity, unlike that toxic couple. And Grimsy Shake said, "So glad I watched your videos a million times already. The toothpaste can't go back in the bottle, Emily. It's already done." The internet's forever. That is what I will say. The internet is forever, and there's so many channels that already have this stuff. So Emily's never going to make it go away. And if she's concerned about her job, I mean, why was she so open and public with feeding people to death and her kinks with her bellies and oxygen tanks? To be honest, she probably should be looked into. She should. I wouldn't want her caring for my family member. You know how most people, if you're a little overweight when you go to the doctors, they tell you to lose weight. Like I used to hate at one point during COVID. I hated this when I was eating just because I was fucking bored. I hated going to the doctor and getting weighed. Like I would have let my arm fall off and bleed out. Like I would have done anything to not have to go and hear how I needed to lose some weight because I'm getting older and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, Emily would be the person, in my opinion, who'd be like, "Don't listen to Dr. So and so. You need to put on 15 pounds." I said what I said. Carrie Lynn said, "Rachel privating her recent Amberlynn Reid videos because Emily revoked her permission is wild and hilarious. After learning that Emily was reported to the state nursing board and is currently trying to clean up her mess, it's definitely tracking." So Hector Khan said, "Emily got reported to the nursing board. She's trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube." Lydia, "I'd fire her if I were her employer. Seriously, I know. I would too. Naughty box, I'm looking for some now too." Are you? ALR and Emily are both evil, but ALR is just crazy. And Emily plays games with her. So what do you think is going to happen if you play games with a crazy person? I'm telling you, a documentary is going to end up being made about these two one day if they don't get away from each other. If you think about it, were you ever, anybody who's in recovery, were you ever in a relationship during addiction? It's two people drowning, pulling the other one down and trying to save themselves. That's how it is. And Amberlynn Reed, I'm not saying she's an alcoholic or she's on cocaine. She's clearly addicted to food, right? And Emily clearly has an addiction to feeding people. These two people are too toxic to have anything healthy. And how many times do you hear about on the news something horrible happening because somebody was under the influence or it was a fit of rage because they were so in love? We are going to hear something horrible about these two one day. We just are. I hope I'm wrong, but because Emily has a kid. That's the other part too. Why would you have a kid involved in this madness? Why? First name said, if Rachel was verbal confirmation that Emily said she could use the voicemail to start with, why would she have to private it now? Carrie said no idea, but she posted this herself. Don't play with fire if you don't want to get burned. Yep, no professional place would employ her. People have been fired for less. Keep your kinks to yourself. We all have kinks, right? We may all not want to feed people to death, but we all have things we're into that somebody else may find odd or weird, right? However, you guys out there will never know about my kinks. Why? Because I keep them in the bedroom. I feel like that's how it should be. Hectic Moment said, well, M likes things that are truly very dangerous, manipulative, and unhealthy to the point of people being made immobile and dying. I really don't think someone with those proclivities could represent the nursing profession. They are supposed to care about people's health, not harm it for a kink. Don't you take an oath? Well, I know doctors do, but I'm assuming nurses. Don't you have to like vow to help people or something? I would assume. Maybe you don't go in front of the class and say, "I vow to save every person I can," but when you sign up for the job and you're going through school, I mean, I think I would think I'm gonna try to save as many people as I can. Like, that would be something I would want, right? No matter what field I went into. Let's say I was an ER nurse. If I saw somebody coming in from withdrawal, I tried to help them. I would talk to them and let them know that I've been there before, whatever else. Like, I wouldn't become a nurse so I could feed people to death. I just wouldn't. Freebird said, nurse here. Can Emily lose her job from online activity? Yes. Will she lose her nursing license from online activity or be reported by strangers that she has no medical dealings with? No. They will investigate, but she won't lose her nursing license. Well, at least they did their job and looked into her. I mean, if there's anything to find, right, that where she shouldn't be working with people, they'll do the right thing. I mean, I've seen people in recovery be investigated by the board for their pill addiction and other things, right? They have to look into it. I do know people who've got their nursing license back, but I know it took time. And I do know they investigate very well. How did I get it? Hold on. That's going to throw me off. Give me 1 second. I have to check this DM from my phone. Oh, wait. Another amazing supplement for sleep detoxes cortisol and helps with GI balance is magnesium glycinate. Glycinate? It is also great for muscle and uterine health, and it's safe to take daily. Thank you so much. That is my very smart friend. She's actually going to school. I butcher the name every single time, but to be a homeopathic nurse practitioner. And I tell her even like when I take CMOS, right? Like I run it by her and she was one who told me like CMOS is great, but you don't want to take it every day. It builds up in your system. CMOS is supposed to be a supplement. So I'll go like weeks without taking it. And then I feel like during my period or whatever, when I feel like I need a little bit more iron and supplements, I am all up on the CMOS. Anyways, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. So anybody who wants to find another route to take, magnesium glycinate is also really good for you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so back to Amberlynn. Emily was also allegedly sending gifts to, is it Zio? Well, with Amber, I saw her come across my feed not that long ago. And she clearly struggles with food, right? I'm not trying to be mean, but it makes sense that Emily is looking for her next person. Now, Lori did say this has been going on for like 6 months, right? But I had just forgotten about this person until very recently. Um, so, how does Amber feel with Emily saying she loves her, but sending this other woman gifts? Amcom said it's way too late to try to put the toothpaste back in the tube. I'm really loving how this saying is being everywhere today. But it's true. You can't put it back in, or not easily at least. Blue said, I wish reactors would learn to stop taking her or talking to her for fuck's sake. She's weird as hell. Frosty Toast said Rachel should have kept the video up and fought it. Rachel tried way too hard kissing Emily's ass. I think there's a bigger picture though. Like I said, I feel like Rachel is very smart and she's leaving an opportunity, a door open in case something big happens and Emily wants to talk to her again. But at this point, I would just say, I'll take the loss. I don't need the inside info. Fuck these two people. Doji Cat said, if Amberlynn, Reed, and Tommy are back together, I'm going to call it. Foodie Beauty will outlive Amber. Tommy's going to want Amber even bigger than she is. She's doomed. Isn't that a crazy thought that Foodie might outlive Amberlynn? But it's true. I mean, Foodie won't be with somebody feeding her to death. Amberlynn still waddles back to the person who wants to feed her to death. And these are all my opinions, I want to say, but based on what I've seen that Tommy, Emily, whatever you want to call her, is into, she's into people who are on death's door that could barely move and care for themselves anymore. She finds people of that weight with oxygen tanks very sexy. So, Shenanigans said Rachel's latest community post. We already read it. Two Child said, Emily is such a clown. Good luck trying to put the ketchup back in the bottle, girl. The table is already stained. So stained. Stained and smelly. Rachel did kiss Emily's ass, in my opinion. She could just take out the part with her voice. She could. Hey, Aaron. She can have a kink for sure, but acting on the kink and pushing it onto others is the difference. There you go. Batsy posted this and said racist. So we know what their name means at this point, right? And I know they've been going off in Chantal's chat. If we say that they're racist, it's because we have a problem with XYZ, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, YouTube lover, which that isn't their name actually means white lover. They said Mexico, its citizens aren't natural friendly to certain ethnic groups. They aren't naturally friendly to certain ethnic groups. I've been to Mexico. I had a good time. Well, except for the time we got robbed. But other than that, I'm telling you, the people were beautiful. They treated us like family. I don't know. Nobody was mean to me. And I don't think we were robbed because we were a certain race. I think we were just in an area that wasn't good. And they knew that a bunch of kids were staying there building houses. So, anyways, I am saying that aside from that one thing, everywhere I went, the people were beautiful. I remember feeling really bad for the dogs, though. There were a lot of stray dogs, and I wanted to take them all home, but I couldn't. Tone said, anyways, I don't like that white YouTube lover. I don't like them one bit. They could say they're not racist, but it seems like they have a problem with everybody, right? And they certainly have a lot of opinions. I never got a good feeling about Emily. I would be scared of her offing me with whatever. Yeah, she scares me. I would run the other way. I just picture her locking people in a basement and she feeds them to death and they never make it out. Maybe she's a serial killer, but in a different way. All allegedly. All allegedly. I'm allowed my opinions, okay? Something isn't right with Emily. I said what I said. I stand by it. I have a horrible feeling when it comes to that woman. You know, when your stomach starts turning and you know something bad is going to happen involving that person, you just know. That's how I feel about Emily. And something horrible is going to happen with her and Amberlynn Reed. True, Amber is willing, but there may be others in the future who are not well enough mentally or emotional state to properly consent, and she could use her RN position to scope out her next target. I look at it this way, like Amber is clearly suffering from a food addiction, all right? Do you know how many people I was in rehabs or sober livings with where people got them into corn and doing corn because they were under the influence and they needed to make money? One girl had to leave rehab because the person threatened to sue her. She had a contract with them and she needed to come back and do X amount of videos. It's a reality. So, I mean, this shit happens. There were people who preyed on me when I was in addiction. So there are people who prey on people who are vulnerable and not in their right mind, and it's just the reality of it. I look back and think of people that wanted to be with me when I was at my worst, and like they didn't want anything good for me, right? They would buy me alcohol, bring me beer every time I was detoxing, offer me XYZ, tell me where I could find a dealer. Those people didn't want to see me live. They liked the control they had over me when I couldn't really put a thought together, right? That's what they liked. And that's what Emily reminds me of. Yep, Fed Bundy. Then there's John Wayne Tracy in Foodie's chat who wants to wear Foodie skin. John Wayne Tracy. That is so fitting. That's why I call her Fed Bundy. I'm sick of Tommy and don't agree that Rachel sims for her. To be fair, I can't say if she sims for her because I didn't watch the video. I started to, and then it was taken down and privated, and then I went back for the premiere. And by the time it turned on, I just wasn't in the mood to watch it anymore. So to be fair, I have no opinion on if she's sticking up for Emily or not. I thought she was just giving her a voice and a side to her story, but I could be wrong about that. I don't really know. Tone, who is in our chat right now, says Foodie has been stuck in a loop, obsessing about every random food she can think of and is not on cam again. These streams are the hardest to watch. Nothing of interest and a jumble of half sentences and random scream names blurted out at random. Riveting content here. Yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna be excited to snipe her until she's back in Canada. I don't know. Yesterday, we had to hear about yeast infections. While we had an amazing talk about things that are good for you to take and can prevent it, I don't want to hear about that every day. I don't want to talk about thrush, everybody's UTIs. I don't want to hear her fart and eat her six bag of chips. Like, I need to see her rolling down a hill or something. I just need a change of scenery. I just do. Nana Spike T said, so Foodie Beauty is leaving her handsomest man and cat to rush back to Canada in time for Halloween. Here's a reminder of her riveting Halloween content. Hashtag yawn. Remember, she didn't even buy Halloween decor because it was too expensive. She dressed up and she ate things. That was her Halloween content before. This thing wouldn't even fit on her hand anymore. Like, that wouldn't even be an option. She did look like Freddy Krueger. Anyways, this is what we'll get. A pumpkin hat, a cheap outfit, horrible makeup, and Krispy Kreme, which we can all go get today, you know? But at least it'll be somewhere different. At least Canada's pretty. I'm excited to see it again. I've missed it, and I haven't even been there. There's a bunch of AI videos that I have for you guys, but they were kind of amusing, so you have to see it. I think her body would break if she rolled down a hill now. Probably. Mandy Mayhem posted this and said, how did Grok almost get her voice correct? I don't know, but let's play it.
Why is my face doing this?
That was eerily similar. But to be fair, I've done a whole lot of Grok edits using Foodie Beauty, so maybe they just saved her voice. I think a lot of people are at this point. I thought this was funny. Batman, the woman who feeds the eater. Would you smile if you never brushed your teeth? I feel like I'd just wear a mask. That's what I would do, but I really enjoy brushing my teeth. Well, I don't know how much I enjoy it, okay? I mean, it's not like I'm throwing a party, but I do it because I don't know, for one thing, you have to taste your own breath. And why wouldn't you want to brush your teeth and have fresh breath? And also, I smile a lot, so I'm aware people stare at my teeth when I smile. But, anyways, if I had teeth like Foodie, I'd wear a mask. I just would. Maria said, Pulpy and Dorian Canada, Foodie Beauty's story of leaving her DNA on Dee Dee's purple mattress. I kind of retweeted this as a reminder if I needed something to watch today to go back and watch this because I want to see him hear about it. Friendly reminder, this is how she kept her place. And this is considered clean. This is clean for her. Very clean compared to what we used to see. Boring Barbie said, how am I supposed to handle a whole ass fish, Foodie? Bitch, use YouTube. Yeah, she was saying she didn't know how to cook a fish. Use YouTube. Are you kidding me? Fresh fish is amazing. You are a lazy asshole. The humans in your community would love a whole fish. But you want to whine about wanting hamburger helper? Fuck off. And then they said, I hate you. Yeah, she was making a big deal about that. She didn't want to make a fish. She didn't know how. She doesn't know if she's ever cooked a fish. So, hamburger helper it is. I would choose salmon, but that's just me. Alex Ishuk said, what an odd coincidence. Perhaps Emily is being investigated by the nursing board and wants to scrub as much as she can. But also, why doesn't Rachel just edit out the voice clip? What's the sudden change about? I want to go nose around in the replies. Turquoise Water said, you shouldn't even be talking about Emily. No reaction channel should be. Amber hardly posts, so why talk about her? Are you serious? Alex Ashok said Rachel's video came out just a few days ago. It's still a hot topic. So because Amber barely posts, we can't talk about all the info she gave us on Emily. How when Amber asked for 20 nuggets, Emily said, how about 40? We had to read all the journal entries. I mean, why do people get mad at the reaction channels for talking about what people put online? If you don't want your mess talked about, stop being messy. I don't know. I got sick of people saying shit about me, so I stopped being messy, right? The golf said, I still think she needs to buy a recliner with a built in toilet. She would never need to drive or walk again, and she loves to shit where she eats. It's a win win. Is this real? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was, because there's people like Amberlynn and Foodie out there. Can you imagine having a toilet on your recliner with a built-in microwave and mini fridge? The mini fridge is kind of a good idea. I can't even lie. There's times where the men want to watch the games and they could just reach in that little mini fridge and get their drink, you know? No need to get up, no need to fetch the drinks for the boys. They could just get it from their recliner. That would be a good idea. Is that a thing? Somebody let me know. Lydia said it's probably sweetwater fish from Syria. It could taste of mud. Oh, well, that doesn't sound very good. How is someone still whining about politics? Who's still whining about politics? Hold on. I'm so sorry, but I will need to excuse myself from this chat for a bit. I didn't realize everyone, including Breezy, was MAGA. I will reflect and maybe return at some point. It took you 2 hours to come to that realization. I wish you luck on your reflecting and have a good day. If you guys need a good song to listen to today, I really enjoy this song by Saves the Day. Sell My Old Clothes, I'm Off to Heaven. Then this song by NoFX, 6 Years on Dope. This song just makes me ready to take on the day. That's the best way I could describe it. I don't know. I'm ready to mosh, take down a wall, kick down a wall. Anyways, it will just invoke some feelings in you and you will feel ready for the day. That's all I know. Anyways, Foodie is saying she now is doing what Amberlynn Reed does, and she can't have an original thought in her head. She says, look how cute the October section of my planner is. I'm so excited planning Halloween in Canada. Do you need to put Halloween in your planner? And how much planning does Halloween entail? I mean, there's kids in my family that are going to parties, and I didn't even write that in a planner. Silly me. So this is her planner. I put eat, seal, nap, eat, seal, fart, nap. That's about it. What do you have to do? October 31st, celebrate Halloween. November 1st, eat. I mean, come on. Here's a clip from her video, I think, maybe. No, 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 I lied. This is the channel that uploaded her privated video. So it's just called Gorl with the capital G, Gorl. They have 198 subscribers. And it says exposing Amberlynn Reed again, Rachel React deleted video. Look at the comment. I knew someone was going to re-upload this. Can't let them get away with it. I'm so glad somebody did. Oh, silly, it's Lily said, LMAO, someone created a channel and uploaded Rachel Reacts deleted video. Amberlynn Reed better tell the Slami the internet is forever. And Girl World is a little, petty. We're very petty. Anyway, I think both of them are toxic as fuck, to say the least. I do too. And whatever Emily gets, she gets at this point. And I won't feel bad for her. Our kids had 4 functions on Halloween every year. It took planning. Okay, but you actually do things. Chantel, who just has to go through a drive-through. That's it. That's her Halloween plans. She's probably gonna go get something at Burger King, maybe buy a pumpkin because she wants to eat it. I mean, she doesn't need to put it in the planner. She doesn't have multiple kids going to multiple different functions. It's just her. Mrs. Robinson said, sure, Jane, by planning, she means Nashies and listing all the takeout she'll pig out. It is a cute planner, though. I mean, I would get it for my 13-year-old. I like the little mushrooms. I lied. I don't plan. But if I did, this is really cute. The little frogs and the mushrooms made my brain happy. So, tired of said planning, she says. She's planning on where to eat and what to order each day. That's about it. Bad Seed said, oh my God, not the Amberlynn Reed planner art. Maybe Foodie will also find a feeder. And she could be locked in a room and fed to death. That would be a dream for her. Look at how skinny Yaba looks. She looks like a Bratz doll. And that's a compliment. Like she's all head and hair now. The rest of her is gone. Foodie could never. Do you see that one chin? Do you see Yaba's neck? I never want to hear Foodie call her fat again. Ever. She looks really good. You look amazing, Yaba. I don't think you'll hear this, but in the off chance you do, you are a skinny queen. Chantel could never. Ashley said Chantel is looking pretty pleased with herself after convincing her sick husband to get out of bed and get her some chicken. Meanwhile, the YouTube Underground is looking extra skinty today. She looks good. Really good. I miss trick or treating in my area. They all go to trunk or treats now. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, the trunk or treats are a good thing, right? I think it's a good option. A lot of people who are religious and go to church, like they want to celebrate in a different way, right? So trunk or treats, harvest festivals, events at churches, that's all amazing. But I feel like now nobody trick or treats. And in the 80s and 90s, it used to be the biggest deal. Every kid was out. It looked like a sea of Halloween costumes on Halloween night. It's sad. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try what? Honestly, that it doesn't matter if it's the Mariners or Blue Jays. They're both just there to get beat up on by the Dodgers. Go Dodgers. All right, let's keep going. Cowboy Dog said Chantel one day ago, he just has to go to a courthouse and apply for a divorce or something. I don't think it really matters. There's no rush to get divorced. It literally does nothing. I know some people who would pay $1 million to be divorced overnight if they could. What do you mean it doesn't matter? It does nothing? They're not really married. Anyways, Emily wants this picture to go away, so Sinatra says put up an AI version of it. I'm gonna make it bigger, so take your screenshot if you need to. I mean, she can't copyright AI. This is what she used to do, though. She used to pose on her girlfriend's stomach and upload it to various platforms, from what I understand. Anyways, she doesn't want this to exist. I only retweeted this because I wasn't sure if this was even real. I looked at it and the clock looks like it's straight from a cartoon. Have you ever seen such a big clock in your life? Is it filters or what? But anyways, Amberlynn Reed laughs about this stupid joke, and she thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. And while it may warrant a chuckle, there is no excuse ever to laugh like how she does. So I'm going to go full screen. P.S. If Amberlynn Reed takes my stream down, we'll be streaming on Rumble, marathon streaming about her and her feeder and whatever else we want to talk about. But it'll all be about Amberlynn Reed. So I know she won't make this disappear.
Okay, so I have a joke.
Okay, what is it? It better be funny.
Why didn't the toilet paper cross the road?
Why didn't the toilet paper cross the road? The road was too dry. It was too slippery.
It got stuck in a crack.
Her mom looks terrified of her. Look at her.
Amber, that's not as funny as I thought it would be. It's not.
Okay, but back to this clock. I have never seen such a big clock in my life in someone's living room. I got pics of her legs. Do you free the people? Her laugh was so forced. It wasn't even that funny. Like if my nephew told her something, I'd laugh a little bit, but that was an overreaction. Future Becky Alrefe said, breaking up with Amberlynn sounds so exhausting. Call your mom. Should I call my mom? I'm so confused. We aren't happy. I'm happy. Tell me if you want me to leave and I'll leave. I can't do this anymore. You're not giving me a clear answer. I don't know what to do. And Milky Chai said, so Tommy slash Emily has been sending gifts to a vlogger who has been bedbound in a hospital for 5 months because she ate herself into a coma and has paralysis in her arm and leg. She's a danger. Okay, don't show it. Oh, is that really her? And why are the lips? Oh, it's not really her legs. Okay, because this is so bad. I will never unsee that picture, and it's Fupa looking at me. I know I was supposed to look at the ankles. Whew, okay, well, let's pretend that never happened. Anyway, so Tommy Emily has been sending gifts to a vlogger who has been bedbound in the hospital for 5 months because she ate herself into a coma and has paralysis in her arm and leg. She's a danger. Someone else, is she the Zio person? Yes, her. When? About 2 months ago. This is her. She's been in a facility for over 8 months now, and she's not really doing anything to make herself better. She's just taking up a spot in the facility that should do someone who would use it appropriately. She's, ew, oh my God, Amberlynn Reed, here's the beauty Em's been chatting up with. She's beautiful, stunning, trying to be nice. How would you feel if your partner was cheating on you with her? I mean, is it cheating, I guess, if they break up every other weekend? Oh, well, she certainly likes her bellies, doesn't she? Um, that's sad. If you're preying on somebody who's been in a rehab for over 8 months and they can't get better, so you offer to feed them more, you're fucked in the head. Tone said, yeah, Fed Bundy is a psycho. Preying on vulnerable people is a special kind of evil that should be dealt with before anyone else falls victim. No wonder why she doesn't want her name out there. The goth said she's supposed to be overfeeding Hamby the cat killer, not some new rando. Get it together, Tommy. Butter Crumpet asked, are the gifts edible? I feel they're edible. I would bet money on the fact that they're edible. Oh my gosh. Curly said someone plastered this memo on the foreheads of Rachel, Snowflake, and whoever is trying to humanize Emily. Then Jesse said, oh, so that's the real reason she won't spend any money on Hamber. When did I ever say no? And yes, it does. I deserve to have downtime in my life. You give your energy to everyone but me. We don't do dates. You won't even spend a penny on me, nothing. It doesn't even feel like a relationship anymore. We don't even converse. Well, because she has somebody else she's feeding now, Amber. You're not needed, and this person's in rehab and far worse than you. So I guess their priority. Oh my gosh, this Emily, fuck you. And the off chance you're listening, I don't think you should be entrusted with caring for anybody. Mrs. Floopa Booty said she filled out her planner. Eat, sleep, fart, poop. Eat, sleep, fart, poop. Ashley said, big surprise, Chantal has opinions about the perfect neighbor. Funny, because the whole time I was watching about it, I thought this would be Chantal if she moved into a neighborhood full of kids. It's true, though, and that's sad that we even have to say that. Opossum of Bliss said, gosh, someone doesn't feel well, guys. It might be the flu. I sure hope she's not too sick to fly. I won't be surprised at this point if she has to stay longer. I'm almost scared to click on the sound of this. It looks like she's eating a shit sandwich, doesn't it? Ew. Salah is all bricked up right now if he's watching. Ew. Okay, what is this? It's me said, I bet this will be Foodie Beauty by the weekend.
I said shh.
Ooh! That ending was so scary. If if somebody put that at the end of a horror movie, nobody would be able to sleep at night. Oh, here's her stomachs in case you forgot what they looked like. I think this is when she dug in one of her belly buttons and sniffed. Imagine people being able to say that you have more than one belly button, but she has three that I could see. Anyways, Tone said the misery reality will soon bring Foodie Beauty to the miserable reality will soon bring Foodie Beauty. It will force her to do whatever she can to avoid it. Food and drugs and booze are going to rule her life, and she will have to pay migrant men to have sex with her and live stream while raging and asking for spare change. Jealous? Totally. I am so jealous that I don't have three stomachs and three belly buttons. I cannot even contain the rage I feel. Here's Foodie flying away. I love Grok. Daily reminder, if you don't have Grok, you should, because it really does wonderful things with photos of Foodie Beauty. Let's go full screen. Is there sound? I hope. I wish she would fly up to heaven. And then I wish God would cast her back down to hell. That is what I wish would happen. The fat cow said Foodie is hellbent on getting a scooter because she cannot physically drive a car anymore. Her short stature and immense girth won't allow her to, as she has to have the seat so far back that she could literally not reach the pedals anymore. Bonus is that she doesn't need to get off the scooter to go into any shops or cafes. Imagine you get so big you can't drive anymore. You can't fit behind the wheel. Would that be a wake up call to you? Enigma said, I would never share a hookah with anyone because it's full of germs, especially someone like Chantel, who isn't very clean and has a pimple on her lip. That's herpes. Giving her past, it's no wonder they're sick and coughing. Shenanigans said Chantel is coughing and clearing her throat a lot in her current live stream. What's up with that? She smokes hookah a million times a day, and it's like smoking a bunch of cigarettes. And she already has asthma and breathing issues. And I'm sure that she doesn't, well, I know for a fact she doesn't wash her hands. So she probably gets all the sicknesses that go around. Cowboy Dog said, point of view, you're Chantal reading your husband's text while he's in the shower. Remember when she was in Kuwait and she fed us a story about her friend who was being cheated on, and that her friend's husband went to shower, so she chose to look at his phone and she found that he was talking to other women. Do you remember that? It was really about Salah. Tone said, Foodie has been building up huge expectations for Canada, the kind that never live up to reality. Moving is not going to make her happy. She will never be happy. She has nothing. No friends, no man, no hope for a better future, only rage over eating live streams and weed. Well, I do think weed is amazing. I'm very glad that that's not all I have in life, right? Like it's something that I get to do, but if I didn't have it, I'd be okay, right? But there's other meaningful things in my life, right? Like my daughter, my little best friend, my reason for breathing, the joy I get when my nephews play baseball and they win a game. My mom asking me to help her because she can rely on me and count on me now. The joy I get from all those things, spending one on one time with my boyfriend without the kids, you know, those are amazing things. Foodie doesn't have any of that. That's sad, and she thinks people are jealous of her. Loretta said, yep, 100%. Her content will consist of her coming on after paying Salah to FaceTime most of the day, crying the blues about how much she misses him and Julia. Never mind the fact that she had no problem leaving Sam and BBJ behind. She uses that cat to manipulate Salah and her Beezers. I think so too. She doesn't actually love Julia, she just uses Julia. Tracy said, watching Snowflake and Foodie says about Pete's that if they live together again, he'll get to have home cooked meals and go out and do things. What a joke! For one, you don't cook, and what you do cook is toxic. And two, how are you going to take him out on your scooter? Put him in the basket? Please let that happen. Or get him a little sidecar. I want to see this happen in real life. They'll be like Tom and Tom. If you know, you know. Acadia Strong said, didn't she promise him that when they got the first villa? We all saw how that turned out. She made him her bitch boy. He fetched the food off the porch. That's what he did. And tried to control her when she was drunk and being a maniac. I mean, that was his job. He was an errand boy, kind of like Salah. We have a clip from Mr. Snowflakes, okay? Narcissistic Girl said, your girl was featured in Snowflake's video today, and I enjoyed hearing his thoughts. So let's go full screen. Oh,
All of this has really reinforced for me that Amberlynn holds her feelings to a higher standard than actual facts. Feelings are facts, feelings are facts.
bye, Naughty Box. Have a good day. Hey, Hogs. She will crash out emotionally after the novelty of fast food wears off. I think so too. And I think Salah will block her. If he isn't going there, I think he'll block her and we'll hear all about it.
That's a proper lolcow move. I can't imagine a normal human being going, feelings are fact, because it's just madness. But a lolcow, yeah, I can see Foodie saying that. Cyrax, is he still going? Wings. She cannot understand that she has done something wrong if she feels upset or hurt by you in any way. If you hurt her feelings, you might as well be physically hurting. That's what it sounds like. You've got Emily with her accusations and proof. And then Amber going, well, she called me names, look. She called me the B word, she called me the C word, look. Oh, ignore that bit about me cheating. Ignore that bit. But she called me names. Right? It's justified. She will never understand what she's doing is wrong because she can't see the importance of facts, evidence, and her faults. I think I might have said it before, I've thought it before. It is a bit like trying to teach a lion maths. It's never going to get it, and you can't get annoyed with the lion for not understanding maths or math. And you can't, well, you can get annoyed at Amber for it, I guess, but you can't teach Amber empathy. It's never going to go in. So there's people who get frustrated with Amber for being awful and having no empathy, rightly so. But she's never going to get it. Go teach that lion maths. You just get a bunch of scratches. It's not going to work. You're getting annoyed at somebody who just is never going to get it. She doesn't have the ability to have empathy. I was watching, I was listening to a documentary earlier today about the Green River Killer. I'm not saying Amber is dumping 60 cats in the river, but he didn't have any empathy. Amber doesn't have any empathy. The Green River, maybe she does put cats in the river, I don't know. The Green River Killer.
She'd be far more dangerous if she weighed 200, 300 pounds less.
The brown panty The cat killer, something like that.
Brown
Comment below.
panty cat killer? The brown panty cat killer? Quite the name. Have a great day. I gotta go bake bread. Have a good day. Enjoy your bread. Save a slice for me. Lisa Manning said, we're almost done, you guys. Lisa Manning said, Chantel really identified with Karen on The Perfect Neighbor. She missed all the racial implications. That tracks. I don't know how anybody could hear that story and side with the neighbor, but Chantal always sides with the worst of the people. Remember when she provided an alibi for Nader al-Shami in a rape case? She's always the person who will take up for the worst people. Anyways, you guys, I think that's all I have for right now. If Foodie goes live between now and let's say 3 p.m., I can hop on and snipe. But I promise you, when she's in Canada, we'll snipe more. I promise 100% because, for one thing, the service won't suck. And for two, there'll be other things to see. She's not even on camera anymore. But if anything happens after 3 p.m., we'll recap it in the morning. Thank you to my amazing mods and Breezy Bunch members. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Please message me later. Everybody have a wonderful Tuesday. And let's cross our fingers she goes live so we can snipe. All right, have a great day, great evening, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next live stream. Goodbye, everybody. It's not letting me end again. I have to pee. And biatch. Oh my god. Motherfucker!